Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And today we have got Robert joining us from Iowa in the United States of America. He's kindly agreed to come on the channel to share his amazing story today. He's a healthcare practitioner. So welcome, Robert. Thanks so much for coming today.
Anytime, Leon.
Awesome, man. So how long have you not drunk for now, Robert?
I have actually been sober and sober clear for right around 30 days today.
Beautiful. And when was the last time you went 30 days without drinking?
Well, not really sure it counts because I was on pretty heavily medicated, but I was off for about 7 months in 2009 for a major back surgery. Before that, a month without drinking, probably not since I was in high school. And I just turned 53 the other day. So been a while.
Man. Been a while. Love it. So great. So let's do this, man. So what would you say life was like before you got started with the program?
I was in misery. I was in purgatory. I was in a trap of my own making that I saw absolutely no way out of. I had tried to seek help. At one point, when I was at my worst, when I was drinking over 15 beers a night and a half a pint of vodka a night. I actually went to the local police department, asked them to take me to another county hospital so I didn't have to see people I knew. And they said, yeah, okay, you're drunk. Do you want to kill yourself? I'm like, no. And they say, are you in trouble with the law? And I'm like, no. Well, then there's really nothing we can do for you. So thanks. Don't forget to pay our bill on the way out. So I finally started seeing a counselor, a substance abuse counselor, who is actually, not to disparage him. He's a very nice guy. He's a very educated guy, but he has never had a drink in his life. So that it doesn't inspire a lot of confidence when somebody that has no idea of what I'm going through is trying their best to assist me. He did manage to, we did be working with him over the course of about 6 or 8 months. I did manage to get down to drinking just a 6-pack of beer a night. I started on some anti-drink medication called naltrexone. And then he kept doing the same thing that you talk about a bit in your program. Just try to cut down by one, try to cut down, just try one a week, and it wasn't working. Then COVID hit. I ended up in a position of pretty high power, directing our area response for that. The only good thing I could say that came out of that was I never started drinking more, but I still couldn't stop drinking. Came close to ruining my relationship with my wife and my daughter. My daughter's almost 21. I'm pretty sure she's going to grow up sober, which is a blessing for me because of my terrible example, obviously. I could barely hold it together at work. Things weren't looking good at all. And like I said, I felt like I had no hope. There was no way out. There's no help for someone in my position where everybody thinks is a rock star because I'm killing it at work. I'm killing it when people ask me to do stuff, I get it done. House looks nice, yard looks nice. On the surface, I look like I'm killing it. But behind closed doors, I'm, and drinking way too much. And so when I first actually ran across an ad for your program, I started watching your YouTube videos and I was very intrigued, quite skeptical, to be honest with you. My wife will attest to this. When I watched you were there the night I jumped, the night I took a leap of faith. And the first time I actually heard you say that I would be able to stop drinking within 2 weeks and be not only happy to do it, but it would be easy to do, I literally laughed out loud. Nothing personal. Nothing personal. So I started following the program and working the program. My wife cares about me enough that she was working the program with me. She's a non-drinker, always has been, ever since she got pregnant with our daughter. But she's, obviously there to support me and to understand the concepts and the things I'm trying to get through this journey. And believe it or not, I was ready to quit after 7 days. I decided to put my exact quit date. I delayed it by 1 day so that I could do it on my mother's birthday. She passed last year. I thought that would be a good way to remember her, and a good thing to do in her memory. So 8 days total from start to finish, and I was done. And that was 30 days ago. Now my life is completely different. I feel like a completely different person. I feel like one of the things that stuck with me back when I was drinking was that she wished she could have daytime Bob at home. Because like I said, I was killing it at work. Obviously, I'm not drinking at work. Mm-hmm. Funny, making jokes, being able to get things done. And she says, how come I can't have that guy at home? And I'm back to being that person at home. My relationship with my daughter, like I said, that was pretty much almost beyond repair, I think. Had she followed a normal teenager's upbringing and COVID hadn't happened and she had moved out, we probably would be estranged by now, which is unfortunate. But luckily, I have the second chance due to Soberclear to rebuild the relationship, and we actually spent some time tonight talking about the different constellations and when you can see them. So I don't know what to say. Never believed you at the start. Totally believe you now. Anybody that has any doubts, I'll tell you what. I never thought this could be me ever.
Yeah, and I think your the changes I've seen from you from the first time that we spoke. You were nervous. You were unconfident. You were a little bit reserved. I actually think you'd had a few drinks the first time that we spoke because you were afraid, which is cool. But now you're like a different person. You the way that you're speaking is completely different. It's so powerful. It's so awesome. So I'm pumped for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But like I said, it's all the program. Working the program. I'm working my way right now through the module about where I take a good hard self-assessment and try to be real honest with myself, and found some pretty deficient areas that I'm getting to work on. So
what was it that made you decide to join Soberclear?
To be real honest with you, I had felt hopeless and trapped for so long that what did I have to lose? Literally, that's what it came down to, is what do I have to lose? And I sat there and I had a conversation with myself, and I'm like, okay, well, like everything else in the world, this costs money. But, if it works, great. If it works, look at all the money I'll save. I figured I was averaging probably anywhere between 20 and 25 US dollars a day on my habit, which adds up amazingly quickly once you start doing the math. And I thought to myself, well, no matter what, this program will pay for itself if it works. And this is back when I was still Mr. Total Doubting Thomas. Not really believing, but hoping, because you can't do anything without hope. And if it doesn't work, I'm out some money, but at least I've tried. One of my favorite sports quotes, and I wish I could remember who to ascribe it to, because I hate quoting people. I hate quoting people without making sure people know who it came from. I'm pretty sure it was Michael Jordan, but you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And that's what pushed me over the edge was, what did I have to lose? I had nothing to lose. I had absolutely nothing to lose. I had everything to gain. And with just the gains that I've made just in the last 4 weeks, yeah, I definitely came out a winner. I took a shot and it, swish, nothing but net.
Beautiful, man. So I appreciate you saying before, you tried counseling, some medication, you tried some other stuff. How has this been different to those other experiences that you had?
I didn't feel like they were doing me any good. Sit down, talk to my counselor. How's your day going? Oh, it's pretty good. What kind of traumatic things happened in your past? Leon, I could write a book. I mean, who couldn't? Who couldn't write a book about all the terrible things that have happened to them as they're growing up, especially when you hit around the 50-year mark. What do I pick? Okay, oh yeah, I had a friend who was a hiker. He died trying to climb Denali. He disappeared in an avalanche. Nobody ever found him. Do I count that? The schoolyard bullies? What? I mean, what counts? And one of the things that happens in the program when you talk about some of the other programs and the way they focus on past. That's one of the things I love about this one is we look at the future. You can't change the past. The only thing I have control over is the future. And so that's one of my big takeaways that I carry around with me all the time.
Yeah, nice. Love that. And just on that point, some people do need to go to the past. There's a people that do have things that they've got to go and deal with. But then when it comes to stopping drinking, there's still got to be that focus on the future, regardless of whether you've got to go there. And that's exactly why we do it.
But yeah, no, like I said, hashing over old mistakes and bad decisions that I made wasn't doing me any good at all. And looking forward and resolving not to repeat those mistakes it's a much better way to go.
Awesome, man. And then what's one piece of advice that you'd give to somebody that's thinking about joining the program, Robert?
One piece of advice: if you want to quit, join. Like I said, I literally laughed out loud when Leon said it would be easy to quit. Join. see what it's all about. It's nothing like I've ever experienced before. It's more of a cognitive approach than a therapeutic approach. I was so desperate at the time that I was willing to ask my doctor to prescribe Antabuse. Anybody that doesn't know, Antabuse is a drug that you take that if you ingest any alcohol whatsoever, you become violently ill. And that's where I was at before I joined Soberclear. And the whole idea, I can't tell you how easy it is. I went to the grocery store, of course there's beer ads everywhere. I went to the grocery store. They've got liquor stacked everywhere. They've got beer stacked everywhere. And I walk right by it without even thinking about it. If you think you've got a problem drinking and you want to stop, then this is it. But just like me, you got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose at all. And everything to.
Awesome, man. Thanks so much for coming on the channel, Robert.
Anytime, Leon. And I hope you have a good weekend.